You are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station. Check out our website at www.worshipradio.faith or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Worship Radio INT. This is the future. You are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station. Check out our website at www.worshipradio.faith or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Worship Radio INT. This is the future.
Hi, this is Linda Hunt and the Marketplace Connection. Come and go with us as we visit the 7 cultural mountains where you will receive information that will expand your capacity and upgrade your thinking because God wants to give you more. Join me for the next hour as I connect you to the Marketplace. Well, good morning, my Saturday morning connectors. Good morning and welcome to the Marketplace Connection. Another episode, another opportunity for me to speak into your lives about things that are happening that can enhance and upgrade your thinking and expand your capacity because God wants to give you more, because those are all of the things that we as the Marketplace Connection bring to you each week. And so I am just so happy to be here. I am your host, Linda Hunt, and we have a wonderful broadcast planned for you today. We are going to be talking about some issues and some things that I know that are relevant to those here in Michigan, but across the board, insurance rates and what's happening with our insurance rate and how is it affecting us when we buy those cars, and just all of the things that we need to know that this woman that I have that is going to be talking to us today. And I'm so excited about it because I want you to be informed. That is my sole purpose of doing what I do every week, is that you might be informed. And so today, I'm sure I want you to get a pen. I want you to get paper. I want you to take good notes, and I want you to listen to some of the things that are going to be happening in the insurance market coming up in 2020. And so before we get started, I'd like to just thank my sponsors there at Northland Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. We are so excited about them being our sponsors, and we just thank God for them. And we want you to go and take advantage of all of the 2019 end of the year specials. In 2020, you want to be that first person that's driving that brand new 2020. I know when I worked, and as everybody knows, I sold cars for over 15 years. And it was just a joy to be able to ride that 2020 in my neighborhood, and everybody turning their head wanting to know what it is. And so that's how I sold cars. And so I just thank God for those are my friends there. Some of them are some of the same people that I sold cars with. My former manager, who is now the owner, Mr. Ken Thomas and Mike Shanishtai. We want you to go by and see them at 14100 West 8 Mile Road in Royal Oak, Michigan. Again, that's 14100 West 8 Mile Road in Royal Oak, Michigan. Go by and ask for Mike Shanishtai. Tell them that I sent you, the Marketplace Connection sent you, and I'll make sure that he gets you a good deal, okay? All right, so today I have a wonderful woman. This woman of God bought cars from me, and that's how I met her.
Absolutely, that's it.
She bought cars from me, so see, it works.
That's right. We made a connection.
That's right.
And
That's right. That's how I met her. And see, and that's what it is. When you're in the marketplace, you have influence, and you meet people that become friends, that stay with you. And if you treat them right, they'll keep coming back. In some way, somehow, you'll make a connection. And so I am just so excited and so ecstatic to have my friend from the Nationwide Insurance Company there in Farmington, Michigan, Miss Sheila Hughes.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, Linda. And yes, we connected many years ago.
Sure
and
did.
It's a wonderful connection, and we continue to keep in touch.
That's
and
right.
I'm so excited that you have the radio show and the book and all the wonderful
Yes.
things that you're doing. And I'm so excited to share with your audience what's coming in 2020.
All right.
And 2021.
All right.
Great, exciting things. This is all consumer friendly. This is great stuff.
All right. Well, Sheila, I am just so happy because of the fact that when I did sell cars, I knew I could always call you and I said, Sheila, look, I got this person. I need some insurance for him. Can you help him out? And, I'd send him to her. Either she'd come over to the dealership and see what we can do. So you have to build relationships with people.
Absolutely.
And that's what it was all about. And so, not only building relationships when I was selling cars, but we continue to, just keep those relationships going. We continue to just keep nurturing those relationships. And I'm telling you, those are some of the things that just follow you throughout life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think that's so very important. And of course, to my business and what you do too.
That's
but
right.
my business is all really referral. That's
That's
how I
right.
have built my business on referral, because if you provide good service, timely, efficient, and a good rate, everybody wants to pay a good rate for insurance.
That's right.
You'll refer
That's right.
someone to me. So referrals are the bread and butter of the business, and
Okay.
building relationships is
That's
very
right.
important.
Well, before the broadcast is over, we will give you some information about where you can reach Sheila, give her her telephone number. So we do, if you need some insurance and you need some good rates, we want you to call her, go see her, and she'll take care of you and tell her that you heard it on the Marketplace Connection. So let me just tell you a little bit about Sheila. Sheila began her insurance business insurance career in 1982. She was a claims trainee with Allstate at that particular time. She had various management duties. She personally manages the agency's largest commercial clients right now, and a graduate of the University of Michigan with a BS in psychology, along with various insurance certificates. And she possesses a broad base of insurance industry knowledge. And that's what you want, somebody that's knowledgeable in the industry that can help you when you really need help. You need somebody that knows how to help you. And as well, she has a general business development and management. She has given back to her community by mentoring a number of young insurance professionals. That's why your business is growing. That because of the fact that you give back.
Absolutely.
You sow back into people's lives, and so you just reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, as well as involvement in many local business organizations. So we thank God for you, Sheila Hughes. And so we're just going to get right into our broadcast and talk about how she got started in the insurance business, and tell us, what you did before the insurance business.
Well, I was at U of M actually, and the way that I got into insurance was I was graduating. And I was at a career conference.
Okay.
And I'm standing in line for IBM, because there's a long line for IBM. Everybody wants to interview with the big companies. And Allstate, there was a lady at the Allstate table right next to it, and she came up to me and she said, "Can you come over and talk to me just for like 5 minutes?" And I said, "Well, I'm not interested in insurance." She said, "Do you know anything about insurance?" I said, "Well, no." So she asked the girl behind me to hold my place in line. And I went over and talked to her for 5 minutes. That's 38 years ago.
Wow.
She offered me a position, told me they were looking for college grads, and they had a training program, and they put me in that training program, and I started my insurance career. And honestly, I'm very passionate about insurance. Everybody would tell you, that knows me would say that. And I actually love what I do. And I thank God that I actually had a career where I get up every morning and I'm excited about going to work. And of course, most people find that so amazing that you find insurance exciting, but it really is.
Well, that's good, because I know, just like the car business, it has its ups. And I'm sure it had its downs.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure during that time when the industry was going down, I'm sure the insurance, because we weren't selling cars.
Yeah.
So therefore, the industry, as far as, and everything is all related. One thing,
Absolutely.
One thing just relates to the other thing. Car sales relates to insurance sales.
Yeah.
Insurance sales relate to house sales and,
Absolutely.
real estate, all of those things. So I'm sure, by you weathering the storm.
I weathered the storm because I pay close attention to the market.
Okay.
So when car sales were going down and we were not writing new business, and like I used to come to your dealership,
Right.
and my employees would go to dealerships, and when that sort of dried up, then I knew that I needed another line of business to focus on, and that's why I've always focused on other insurance lines. That's why I've sold
Okay.
commercial and business insurance, and actually now my agency sells more commercial and business insurance than anything else.
Okay.
We sell life
Okay.
insurance. We sell financial
Okay.
products.
Okay.
We sell all of those things because diversity is the key to any business surviving, right? Because just like you said, there can be something that impacts your business that causes you to lose money or revenue or sales, and so you have to have a broader view of the market, what consumers want, what you can do other than just a single
One
line
line,
of
yeah.
business.
Diversification.
Diversification is the key.
Okay. Okay. So when you said commercial insurance, are you talking about people that would buy commercial buildings and you're insuring the building for them?
Absolutely. I insure a lot of investors who buy multiple buildings. I insure landlords and investors in Detroit. I have investors from all over the world. I have people
Okay.
from Germany, New York, all over who are investing in Detroit, in the Detroit area, and get insurance with me. I insure apartment buildings. I insure grocery stores,
Okay.
bakeries, beauty salons, everything business related. Every business needs insurance, and that's my specialty. I got experience in commercial lines when I was in claims. So like I said, I spent the first 16 years in claims, which is kind of a unique background to have as an insurance sales agent, because most agents focus strictly on sales. I bring to my customers a wealth of other insurance knowledge. So I know what happens when the claim occurs. I know what happens down the road when you have an accident and you hurt somebody or someone sues you, because
Okay.
I've been on that side of insurance as well. I also handle liability claims. I was a liability specialist. So I know what happens if you buy the lowest liability limit possible, say 2040, because that's the lowest limit available in Michigan, and you want to save money.
Right.
But you don't think about what happens if you have an accident and you hurt somebody and they get a verdict or claim greater than 20,000, that comes out of your pocket. So most people are not prepared to pay 50,000, 100,000, whatever, and that's of course the purpose of insurance. And the cost for an additional 50,000 or 100,000 or even $1 million in liability protection is fairly minimal. And most people don't realize that you're putting your personal assets at risk by not properly covering those assets.
Okay. So what about like no fault insurance?
No fault insurance. So no fault insurance is.
She took a deep breath.
I had to, yeah, because it's been interesting in Michigan, as we all know.
Okay.
Michigan has been burdened with the no fault system since 1973.
Okay.
And when I say burden, I mean the burden is because in Michigan, first of all, there are 12 other states that have no fault. We are the only state that has unlimited, lifetime, only one choice medical called personal injury protection, or PIP. That's the PIP. And that's the problem in Michigan. So the problem in Michigan is not auto insurance, it's not auto theft, it's not collision, it's not any of those things. It's PIP. It's the medical portion of auto insurance that pays all your reasonable and necessary medical as a result of an auto accident. The problem is the law, when it was enacted in 1973, was designed to decrease lawsuits. Well, it's actually had the opposite effect over the years. It's increased lawsuits and increased costs and led to fraud, and it's too loose and there are no guidelines. So what it essentially did is cause insurance companies like Allstate, Nationwide, State Farm, and auto insurance companies to act in the role as a health insurer without any controls. So if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, or Medicaid, you have controls in place, right?
Right.
So there are fee schedules that says what the insurance company will pay for MRI or doctor visit or whatever. Auto accident, there are no guidelines. There's no fee schedule. There's nothing to determine exactly what car insurance company would pay. So we've been victims. Actually, the insurance company is hit with fraud constantly because doctors, lawyers, medical clinics, individuals, everybody wants a piece of it, of the fact that you can file these claims and the insurance company has very little control or pushback or anything that we can do really about those bills. So you go to, it's been study after study that has shown in Michigan that when a auto accident patient goes to a medical clinic and has an MRI, that MRI is going to cost $5,000, $7,000 or more. Medicare pays $500. So you can begin to see why the problem in Michigan is cost. Medical costs are so extremely high in auto accidents that insurance companies have to increase rates in order to cover all of those medical bills. It's that simple. That's exactly what has happened in Michigan over the years. When I was handling those claims back in the 80s, PIP claims, and I was a PIP specialist at one time. When I was handling those claims, we were concerned about the cost back then in the 80s. The average cost was about $7,000 per claim. The average cost now exceeds $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per person. So think about all of the individuals who file claims in the state of Michigan, and when the insurance company is paying on average $30,000 plus per person.
Well, does that sometimes have a bearing on because of, okay, you have an auto accident and the, say, the dealership? Is there some, I'm sure it has to be some ties into, okay, you're in an accident, your car can be fixed. It's not just, damage to the extent that it can't be fixed. So is there some tie as well with the dealerships that fix the cars?
No. No,
Nothing.
Because accidents is not the problem.
Okay.
Collision is not the problem. In fact, if you look at most people just don't pay attention to their declaration page that you receive at the time that you buy insurance.
Okay.
So here's a declaration page. I know our viewers can't see this, but a declaration page breaks down each coverage. And everybody gets this when they buy insurance.
Okay.
And you get it every 6 months with auto insurance if your policy is every 6 months.
Right.
And look what it says: bodily injury, property damage, comprehensive, collision, personal injury protection, property protection, death benefits, loss of use, towing, and labor. So it tells you breaks down all of the coverages, breaks down your limits, and then shows you exactly what you paid for each coverage. Now look at this. The most that you're paying for all of these coverages is PIP, personal injury protection. Here's your collision. It's only $180 of this, whereas PIP is $325,000 on this bill. So collision is not the problem. Comprehensive is even lower. That's auto theft. So auto theft is not the problem. The only real problem in Michigan is medical expenses, personal injury protection, because there are no controls in place that say what an insurance company pays. The guideline is, the law said in Michigan, the no-fault law says we pay all reasonable and necessary medical as a result of an auto accident. That's very broad, very loose.
So, okay, so since there's no laws in place for that, so that means that the personal injury protection, as far as it, that's on the medical end, correct?
Right.
The doctor
medical,
that you
the
go to.
doctors and medical clinics.
So they can
and
charge you
hospitals
whatever they want
can
to.
charge whatever they want. And that's what's happening because you have, and then here's the thing about, there are so many dynamics in Detroit, why Detroit rates in particular are so high.
So, I'm sure you listeners need to hear this, okay? So I want you to pay attention.
Everybody wants to know.
Because I'm included. I want to know.
So,
I did some research on that too.
So Detroit has the highest auto insurance in the nation.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right.
So what's unique? We're the only state that has this unlimited PIP. That's the only thing unique about us.
Okay.
So clearly it's PIP. It's clearly it's the personal injury protection. It's the only thing unique about us.
So what can we do?
So what has happened is the new law that's coming up.
Okay.
So before I talk about the options that are now available with the new law, I do want to just talk a little bit about what is happening.
Inform us.
Why? Yes, hopefully. What happened in Detroit? So Detroit's rates are so high because claim activity is higher in Detroit. Insurance rates are based on claim costs. simple as that, claim costs.
Okay.
So insurance companies, of course, have actuaries who sit and calculate numbers and whatever. And there are those who want to make the higher rates in Detroit about race and about, other factors, non-driving factors and all of that. We all know that racism exists in this country, but truly the rates are set based on actuarial numbers, figures. Documents are in place to show why rates are so high. So the rates in Detroit are so high because there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of claim activity, and you kind of could, and then the fact that a lot of drivers are driving without car insurance. So the pool becomes smaller because the very concept of insurance is it's a pool, right?
Right.
So in any particular area, let's use zip codes as an area. In a zip code, let's say 48219. So everybody in 48219 pays into the pool. The actuaries at the insurance company have calculated based on past experience, 5 to 7 years of experience, what they can expect to pay out from the insurance company into 48219 in claims. When the amount that
so let me ask you a question. So that's why in various zip codes, the insurance varies.
Absolutely,
greatly.
because it's based on the experience of that particular zip code. So at 48219, we are actually paying out more than we're taking in. We got to raise rates. And that's exactly what has happened in Detroit over time because these claims keep escalating. Remember, I said the claims were about $7,000 per person back in the 80s and 90s. Now many of these claims are hundreds of thousands of dollars for small fender benders. So
What?
Yes. So the claim cost is higher. So insurance actuaries are looking at, for every dollar that we take in, how much of that dollar do we have to spend out in that area? Well, so that's called loss ratio. So when the loss ratio exceeds a certain number, we make no money. There's no profit in it. And so that, of course, an insurance company, auto industry is not a nonprofit organization. Let me just say that.
Right.
It is a for-profit business. So, of course, the goal is to make money. When money is not being made by insurance companies, rates go up because we've got to cover those losses. And we've got to also provide a profit. There is not an insurance company in providing auto insurance in Michigan that I'm aware is making a profit. Because insurance is so difficult in Michigan to provide these personal injury protection benefits, to provide and cover all these medical expenses. I'm not aware of an insurance company making a profit.
Really?
Yeah. So, but we continue to operate, and we operate in the state for, it's subsidized or the fact of the matter is that now we have to provide discounts and lower rates in spite of the fact that most companies are not making a profit in Michigan.
So what is
State
your
Farm, for example, right now has 2,000 of these lawsuits against them by their own policyholders. So they have over 2,000 PIP claims where these are benefits that are being paid to the individual for medical care, hospital treatment, wage loss, survivors benefits, and there are over 2,000 of those claims to just one insurance company. So that insurance company has to pay for lawyers, has to pay for experts to fight those claims, to determine what is reasonable to pay. All of those costs goes into this whole formula of why insurance is so high.
So Sheila, when a person comes to you and they want insurance, because in most cases the insurance companies that I've dealt with never really went over any of this information.
No. No.
So are you educating people?
Absolutely.
On, just what is going on in the insurance business, just what you're getting, just how it's going to affect you adversely if something happens. You see, like you say, a lot of people driving without insurance.
People driving without insurance. And then, unfortunately, those individuals try to, when they try to come back and get insurance because they've been without insurance, now they're high risk.
Down there in the pool.
And they're high risk, and now they pay more. So it's just a vicious cycle. A lot of these issues have been addressed with the new law. So the new law,
Yes, let's get into.
So the new law is effective.
Let me say this. If any of the listeners, if you have questions, and you can field them to me, and to the best of my ability, I will try and get them to Sheila. So if you have some things that you want to ask her about the insurance rates, please send them to me across Facebook, and I will try and get them to her. Okay, go ahead.
So the new law starts in July 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So July 2020.
July 2020.
Right now, remember, we have no options. There's only one option, and it's unlimited PIP, personal injury protection benefits, lifetime unlimited. One choice. Everybody has to buy that. There are no options right now.
Okay.
And it's been this way since 1973.
So it's called, what is it again?
PIP, personal injury protection, PIP.
Okay.
So starting in July of 2020, you'll have 5 options, whereas now you just have one option.
Okay.
So you'll have 5 options. The 5 options are: 1, you can keep exactly as it is now. Unlimited lifetime PIP coverage. You can keep the same coverage you have now. And some people are, upset about this law because they said, well, I don't want to lose these great benefits. Michigan does have the absolute best coverage in the nation. That's why it costs so much. I mean, you don't get a Cadillac and pay for a Subaru. Right?
Right.
You get a Cadillac, you got to pay a Cadillac price.
Right.
You don't pay for a Cadillac and think that you're going to pay like you got a Subaru.
Right.
Well, the same thing with insurance. You don't get this great Cadillac coverage and not pay for it. And that's we've all been paying for it. And maybe not everybody wants that. So now you have options. You have number 1, you can keep the system the way it is now. But even if you keep what you have now, you get a 10% discount. And we have to provide that 10% discount until 2028 for 8 years, guaranteed.
10% discount.
8 years, you will receive a 10% discount if you just keep everything the exact way it is right now. You don't want any changes.
So our insurance policy should be going down next
Your
next
insurance policies will definitely go down. So the second option is
that's good
you
news.
choose a $500,000 limit. Now, if you choose a $500,000 limit,
Now, what was that first one? 100,000.
the first one you keep things exactly the way they
keep
are.
things exactly the way they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you keep things exactly the way they are, you still get a discount. If you choose option number 2, $500,000 limit on PIP, you'll get about a 20% discount
20%.
in rates, or reduction in rates, I should say, not discount. The third level is $250,000 limit on PIP. You can expect to see about a 30% decrease, 30 to 35%. If you choose $50,000, it's the lowest price option available to people on Medicaid. You can't opt out completely if you have Medicaid, but you can choose to have $50,000 as your limit.
50,000.
And those individuals can expect at least a 40% decrease in their premium.
And you said 50,000 with Medicaid. If you're on Medicaid.
If you're on Medicaid, you can choose $50,000. The lowest limit you can choose.
Okay.
And then the final option is to opt out completely. I don't want PIP. I have health insurance that pays for my medical costs outside of car insurance. So I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, or I have Priority Health, or I have Molina, I have whatever that pays for auto accidents, injuries. And my medical costs are covered through my own private health insurance or my health insurance through my employer. And so I don't want PIP. I opt out of PIP. You save 100% of the cost of PIP.
Okay.
So
wait.
Look at that line, remember?
Okay, but let me ask you a question now, because I didn't know this. So you can get through your own, you said life insurance?
Health insurance.
Health insurance.
So health insurance like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Molina, Priority Health, HAP. You have health insurance through your job, or you have health insurance otherwise that pays for your medical bills, right?
Okay.
Well, that health insurance company will pay for auto accident medical bills as well. As long as they pay for auto accident medical bills, you can opt out of having PIP altogether under your auto insurance.
So we need to find out.
So
Sheila.
look at this example, this premium right here.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. So what we need to do is find out through our health insurance as well, because I want to make sure everybody understands. Through our health insurance as well, we can ask them, do we have PIP I've never.
No. Do you have coverage for auto accidents?
Do I have
medical
coverage?
bills?
Okay. I have coverage?
So you will, and I'm going to suggest that too. That starting next year, at some point, you need to have a conversation with your
Right.
agent, and then you also need to look at the health insurance and the other options you have available to you. So if you already have through your job HAP or Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that, you need to contact them and ask them, okay, the new law says that I can opt out of PIP under my auto insurance. Does my health insurance pay for auto accidents? You just need to make sure you get confirmation of
Okay.
that, and then you can go to your agent and discuss opting out in July of 2020. If you opt out, you're going to save money. Like in this example, you save this $325.
So you can opt out.
Yep, that's a significant savings. Something that we haven't talked about is the MCCA. So there's a lot of confusion around the MCCA. The MCCA is a nonprofit organization that was set up as reinsurance for car insurance. Now this gets complicated, and most people think, "Oh, what is she talking about with that MCCA?" MCCA is that fee that's on your car insurance, and everybody pays to the state of Michigan, to the MCCA, $220 a year now per driver. So per car, $220 per car to the MCCA, the nonprofit organization that is a reinsurance to the insurance company. So the MCCA was set up in 1978. So remember, I said this no fault started in 73. So about 5 years into the new law, the legislators realized they created an unreasonable burden on insurance companies to provide this PIP. And so the MCCA was created to help auto insurance companies not become insolvent. So it's reinsurance for the car insurance. So insurance behind us. So when you have a PIP claim and you have injuries as a result of an auto accident, and we are paying these medical bills, and your medical bills reach $550,000, MCCA comes in and begins to reimburse us, the insurance company, for every dollar over $550,000 in auto accident medical PIP related claims. So it's a reinsurance. It's a helpmate to the insurance companies. And we all are paying for it right now on everybody's car insurance. You're paying $220 premium per year to the MCCA. So the new bill, if you choose the fifth option, that opting out of PIP, you can it will reduce that $220 to $40. So you save an additional, you're saving another $160, $180.
That's only if you can opt out.
If you opt out, yeah. Now, these are all options, though. And the wonderful thing about it, two wonderful things about all of this. One, absolutely, rates are going down. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Number two, you have options. You can choose what's best for you rather than everybody has only one option, which is the situation right now. We all just have one option, buy auto insurance, and then we have to pay for PIP. Now you'll be able to choose. I don't want this unlimited lifetime personal injury protection. I just want to use my own Medicare, Medicaid, or health insurance through my job. And I'll save a bunch of money.
But you have to still make sure that you have enough, I guess, coverage in your medical portion of your health insurance. You have to make sure you have enough to cover if something happens, right? I mean, if you're just on Medicare
pays all medical bills. You could opt out if you have Medicare.
What about Medicaid?
Medicare, you can choose a $500,000 limit and still have Medicare. You can choose a $250,000 limit and still have Medicare. Or even a $50,000. So you can still choose to have a limit and still save some money, and still you also have Medicare.
What about Medicaid?
Medicaid, the lowest limit you can choose is $50,000. But you could also choose $250 or $500. These are your options. You'll be able to choose. And so you'll be able to have that conversation with your agent about, and they'll give you prices and everything about how it affects your insurance if you choose this, or if you choose option 1, or you choose option 2, and they'll be able to tell you how much you'll save. And so you'll be able to reduce your auto insurance bill.
So
that's true whether you live in Detroit or West Bloomfield or Novi or wherever you live.
Okay. So you need to, with this information, everybody, you need to have a conversation after July.
Sometime before July, because it becomes
Before
effective July 2020.
Okay.
Now, there's another part of the bill that becomes effective in 2021. In 2021, the bill will also create a fee schedule. Remember, I said there's no controls and no fee schedule for the insurance company. So there's no way for us to apply a fee schedule that says what we pay for MRI or doctor visit or anything like that. Well, starting in 2021, we will have a fee schedule, and it's roughly 2 times the Medicare rate. So we will be able to limit what we pay out in medical bills. So eventually, car insurance will begin to go down in Michigan even more over time, as these now controls are in place, limits are in place. It's not unlimited. It's, there's not going to just be you submit a bill and get paid. Lawsuits should reduce. It should have an effect, a rebound effect on all of auto insurance, where the benefits that insurance companies, the claim cost that insurance has, should go down over time.
So do you have to have the conversation, or will this just automatically happen? I mean, some people that are not listening possibly might,
you
not
will
have
begin
this
to receive
information.
notices from your insurance company.
Okay. Yeah, we just want to make sure we're being treated fairly.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
All right. So, Sheila, give them your telephone number and address, or where you are, and how they can reach
my
you.
telephone number is 248-478-3100. That's 248-478-3100. I am located in downtown Farmington on Grand River at 32740 West Grand River. Grand River, right downtown. So we're at Farmington, between Farmington Road and Orchard Lake.
Okay. All right. So in 2020, you are doing some things and I have one more question before I get to that. What about this driver responsibility? Has that finally gone away?
That has gone away, yes.
Okay, because I know, it was...
that was burdensome, too.
It was terrible.
That was terrible.
And especially after people had paid the tickets off, and a lot of it was, people from the inner city that were hit very hard with it.
More.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And my understanding, it was to increase the budget or help the budget in Michigan. So this was the way for them to balance it, was to do this driver responsibility thing.
Right.
And even though now it has been taken away, but they still requiring those people that were, when that law was in effect, they still have to pay
off what they owe.
They still have to pay what they owe. So
one of the big things about the new law that goes into effect is that one of the big complaints was that insurance companies use non-driver factors. So that has been eliminated too with the new bill. So insurance companies can't use your sex, male or female, cannot use whether you have a college degree, and those things, non-driving factors to determine rates.
They were using those kind of factors as well?
We did not. Nationwide did not use college degrees, so I don't know where that came from. I don't know if other companies did, but we did not use college degree. College degree is a discount. So, and here's the tip. The best tip I can give you is have a conversation with your agent about what discounts you qualify for, whether it's auto insurance, home insurance, or whatever, because on auto insurance in particular, there are so many discounts. Some of the common discounts are home and car discount, bundle discount, discount for some companies discount if your commute, if you have a shorter commute. There's a discount for safe driver usually. And then companies offer their own particular group discounts, like if you belong to a certain credit union or you have a college degree or you have a certain gym memberships and AARP discount. There are all sorts of discounts under auto insurance that can benefit you and lower your insurance rate.
Okay.
You just have to have that conversation with your agent about, do I have all the discounts that I qualify for on my auto insurance? Are there any new discounts that you offer that I qualify for?
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So tell us about what is going on with the Sheila Hughes Insurance Company in 2020.
Well, and right now I am what's called, in the insurance industry, there are two kinds of agents. There are exclusive agents and then there's independent agents.
Okay.
So exclusive agents mean that we are agents that have a contract with a particular insurance company. Nationwide has exclusive agents. State Farm has exclusive agents. And the industry, though, is also written through independent agents who write for multiple companies. They have contracts with multiple companies. So starting next year, my agency is transitioning from a exclusive agency to an independent agency.
Okay.
So we'll be able to write with multiple companies. And of course, the advantage of that is we find the most competitive rate for you. So we shop around amongst a number of insurance companies to find you the best rate.
Okay. All right. So you'll be able to get in touch with Sheila. Give us your number and address one more time.
Excited to do that.
Yes.
Love to talk to anybody. And as you see, I'm passionate about this stuff. So I get into conversations in my office all the time like this. And where I explain to people how this all works so that they can make best decisions for themselves and get the best auto insurance rate.
Right.
My phone number is 248-478-3100. And I'm at 32740 Grand River, right downtown Farmington. Love to have you pop in, have a cup of coffee with me, sit down and talk about insurance.
Okay. Now, can you sell insurance outside of Michigan to other people in other states?
I cannot. I'm licensed in Michigan.
Only in Michigan.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I know some of the things that I did my research on, and just to find out where are we or how are we falling in terms of the number. And as we know, Michigan, as she already said that while typical, the information that I found, typical Americans is paying an annual car insurance premium of $1,470. Some states nearly double in that number. Others pay half. Okay, so we are paying rather double in that particular number. And so here are the 10 states that pay the highest annual auto insurance rate. Michigan, number one. Now, according to this number, I don't know how old this is, we are paying on an average of $2,693. $2,693. So we're paying nearly double the average premiums across the board. Then Louisiana is second. So if you're planning on moving, these are just giving you some statistics that you might consider before you move, because some people, believe it or not, they do consider when they move to other states what their insurance rates are going to be.
And taxes are very
That's
important
right.
things to know.
All of those things. So, you just don't want to pick up and move. I know I have, my daughter and her family, they, they moved to Arizona, for the climate and, the weather and health and things like that. And their insurance, when she told me full coverage was like half of what I'm paying probably.
And a good point about that, though, is Michigan, again, is a no-fault state.
Okay.
So Arizona is not.
Oh.
So Arizona does not have this at all.
Okay, that PIP.
The PIP. So when people say, well, but I don't want to lose these great benefits, just keep in mind, in most other states, they don't have it at all.
Okay.
So I'm sure that Michigan is not the only state where people get hurt in auto accidents.
Right.
So you got to wonder, how come Ohio and Arizona and other states don't have it, but they do fine.
Okay.
Because they have health insurance that pays, or Medicare or Medicaid. The difference is here in Michigan, you have an auto accident, you're getting treatment that no one else is receiving in the rest of this country. Nobody in an auto accident.
So in other words, we do still get good coverage, even though it is high.
We get exceptional coverage. So we get coverage like, for example, roughing, something that I remember getting bills for, or hot packs and treatments and gym memberships. Do you know that insurance companies build houses for people because they are hurt in an auto accident, and so the house needs to be retrofitted to accommodate them. Okay. So we build houses. We have to work with contractors and do all of those things. All that stuff costs money. They don't have that in Ohio. They don't have it in Arizona. So they choose to pay less in auto insurance and not have that luxury level of coverage. I think it's terrible that anybody would suffer a catastrophic injury and be in a wheelchair, paraplegic or quadriplegic. But honestly, I feel that if that happened to me, by the grace of God, hopefully that I never find myself in an auto accident. But if that were to happen, it's not going to make much difference if I have, all this specialized treatment, is it? My basic medical treatment is most important, I think.
Right.
And your doctors and your physical therapist and your occupational therapist and all of that sort of treatment, you would still have all of that with your health insurance.
Okay.
You just would not be able to get this alternative treatment and all this extra stuff that folks are getting through auto insurance.
Okay. So, Michigan the highest, Louisiana, Rhode Island, Florida, Nevada, Kentucky, and Delaware. Those are the 10 highest annual insurance rate states, okay? So, you keep that in mind. If you're looking to relocate, just kind of check it out. But as she said, we do have some added benefits that, and hopefully in 2020, this conversation, we'll have it again. And hopefully in 2020, you'll see your insurance rates going down. We'll be able to put some of that money towards education
Absolutely.
or some of the things that we need if you want to go on a trip. Better transportation.
Yeah.
When you're at the dealership, that is the number one thing. I bought a car 2017, and that is the number one thing. It determines whether you can get the car that you want.
Right.
And and so many of us, particularly in Michigan, settle for driving a car that we is nice, but it's not really our dream car.
Right.
So hopefully in 2020, after July, you said?
After July 2020.
You can see me driving my Mercedes or my or my Lincoln or my Cadillac. Okay. Right. I like my car, but hey, I would like to be able to, next time I step up, I would be able to drive the kind of car that I really want to drive.
Absolutely.
And that makes so much of a difference. I know when I sold cars, it makes a difference when a person can come into a dealership and leave out of there and they get the car that they wanted, the color they wanted, the equipment that they wanted. It makes a difference how you take care of that car and how much you enjoy that car because you got what you wanted. So, Sheila, I thank you so much. You have informed us this morning. My listening audience didn't have any questions, but if you do, give them your number one more time.
It's 248-478-3100. It's my pleasure. It's been so nice.
Yes, it's good to see you
again.
Good yes,
to see you.
Yes, it is. So we thank you so much for those of you that have watched today. Hopefully you have taken some notes. You've gotten Sheila's number. If you just want to call her, you got some questions that you want to ask and some clarity on some things that we talked about today, that you can go even back to your insurance company if you have another insurance company. Just get some information. And if not, and you're looking for a good insurance agent, I can testify that she is a great insurance agent. She will take care of you and your needs. Okay. So please give her a call. And we just hope that you enjoyed it. And before we go, we want to talk about our book here. Again, for those of you that have not gotten our signature book, this is our first copy, our first book rather, and we are working on right now. My publisher is pushing me to put out another book. Push. He's hollering in the mic, push. And possibly I'll even add a workbook to it, but we are coming out with another book in 2020. That is our year to push out another product. And so we do want you to get this. This is a book. It's a book for women, but it is not just for women. It's for anyone that needs some inspiration, that needs some encouragement, some empowerment. And it's about my personal testimonies of loss, trials, victories. And so we want you to get this book. Amen, sister. And it's also a journal for you to write some of the notes and some of the things that are going on in your life at this time. We all have it. And so it's just an opportunity for you to write it out and hopefully get healed, get delivered, whatever the case may be. So please, if you want to pick it up, you can get me. You can reach me at 313 828-7190. You can go on my web, go on the publisher's web, which is Y'all Scribe. I have a wonderful publisher, Y'all Scribe, and you can go on there. You can get my book. It's also in Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. So please, if you would support me, okay? And I'm looking forward to being with you again next week. We do have someone. We're not going to be here, but we're going to pre-broadcast because I hate not being able to bring you information. So I do have someone that is running for city council there in Southfield, Miss Tina Poole. So please check in next week. We'll have up a broadcast for you, even though I'll be out of the office, okay? And then we'll be back the following week with State Representative Miss Latanya Garrett. Okay, so we thank you, my listening and viewing audience. This has been the Marketplace Connection. It has been a joy being with you once again. And remember, this is the Marketplace Connection to enhance and upgrade your thinking, expand your capacity, because God wants to give you more. Go by, see my sponsors there at Northland Chrysler. We'll see you again on following Saturday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
You are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station. Check out our website at www.worshipradio.faith or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Worship Radio INT. This is the future.